Hey guys, what up? It's your boy Con TDK, Mr. So Real, and boy oh boy, there are so many good things being sold this week. I'm broke yet again. I've spent pretty much all my Phoenix credits. Yeah, they're going the way of the dodo. And surprisingly, there is, I'm probably going to name this video, as you can see, the God Roll Suppressor. You have to go and get this. There's no two ways about it. I'll save the surprise for you, but man, I bought 4 of them. That's how serious this is. There's a lot of good weapons. There's some good attachments. There's even 1 or 2 decent mods. I believe there's definitely 1 good mod out there. So without further ado, this is the final good or garbage for 2016. So let's make it a good one and let's go. Starting off this week's good or garbage, we're at the special blueprints vendor, and he has the Super 90 shotgun blueprint, the ACR assault rifle blueprint, an electronics mask, a holster, the 552 halo sight, the quick release magazine blueprint, a stamina gear mod, and a firearms gear mod blueprint. So my recommendations for the special blueprints vendor this week would definitely be the firearms gear mod, the stamina gear mod, and of course the ACR. If you're looking for a shotgun, the Super 90 is not a bad one to have, but definitely if you're looking to spend a bunch of Phoenix credits, the ACR blueprint is definitely one that you may want to invest in. Alright, so let's go around and see what other stuff is being sold. Only looking at the good, forget about the garbage this week. Next, at the special equipment vendor, we have the Valkyria, which is normally on sale. This one isn't too rough, being that it has 37% critical hit damage. If you're interested in that weapon, you may want to take a look. The Liberator is actually at 22% enemy armor damage, which is not too bad. The actual base damage at 22.8 is not that bad at all either. The Historian, unfortunately, is poop. This pistol is poop. PP19, garbage. And the star of the show for the special equipment vendor this week is definitely the lightweight M4. Now with 22% enemy armor damage and a very, very high, respectable 23.6 for my character, this is not too bad. Now here we get into some of the downsides, which are the talents. The first talent that is on it is Dominant. You have to really be spec'd into electronics to get this to perk. Every kill performed while your signature skill is active reduces the cooldown of other skills by 10%. Personally, if I'm really thinking about buying this weapon just because the base damage and the enemy armor damage is so high, I will definitely re-roll Dominant off for something else. Maybe Brutal, that fits my playstyle a bit. But you could also go with Vicious. Critical hit chances increased by 10% while having more than 2 segments of health. Deadly could also be a good choice for this first one to get rid of Dominant. So Deadly and Vicious would synergize very well together, getting that critical hit damage more and getting that crit hit chance up by 10%. This could be very good. The only thing is I probably would prefer Brutal just because it would proc every time you got a headshot and not be dependent on Vicious. And if you get under 2 segments of health, then both talents kind of become not necessarily useless, but not as effective as if you had full health. Now the good thing is that this comes with Destructive, which means the enemy armor shred is going to be even higher, and that is a very good thing. This is definitely my pick of the week for the special equipment vendor, and I think you should pick one of these up if you have the Phoenix credits. Moving along, we have the double barrel shotgun, which is garbage. Yeah, this M700, I would say pass. There is a much better option waiting for you going forward. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This LMG is straight poop, and the rest of the things that are being sold this week actually don't hit the mark for me. None of this stuff is really above, well, there's a couple things. This pair of Sentry's knee pads is above 1250, but it doesn't have any kind of armor, and the minor attributes aren't that good. And that's kind of the story with a lot of the things that are being sold. This holster, just the firearms is the only thing that's really worth talking about. The rest of it is kind of poop. So if you are interested in seeing what other things specifically are being sold this week, these are some of the ones that are about. If you'd like to see everything else that's being sold this week, you can come on down to the special equipment vendor and check it out. Now let's see what other things they have in the base this week. Alright, now if ever there was a time you were looking for weapons this week, definitely the advanced weaponry vendor would be your first stop in places to go. We have the Pecan with 12% damage to targets out of cover. I'd like to see that a bit higher before I recommend that. We have the Cassidy shotgun with 344% stagger. Not too bad, but still it's a double barrel shotgun. Skip past that. The rest of this stuff is not that great, but the Navy MP5N, 39% critical hit damage is a beast. If you're looking for a Navy MP5N, this may be one that you want to pick up. 19.7 damage for a submachine gun, not too bad. Now the skills that we have are competent, vicious, and dominant. So vicious is back again. Dominant, every skill performed while your signature skill is active reduces the cooldown of your other skills by 10%. I'm kind of on the fence about this weapon just because dominant doesn't seem like that great of a talent to have unless you're using your super skill a lot. And the other thing is that competent is very, very demanding. Now had competent been in the third slot, oh my god, this would have been amazing. But it is not. So kind of figure out what works for you and your build. If you're not really spec'd into electronics, you may want to roll competent off, get something else on. Probably deadly is what I would say, or even brutal could work, but dominant just kind of puts a thumb in the eye of the whole gun. So I'm not really sure about that. That's my personal thing. You may feel differently, but yeah, 39% 39% critical hit damage is still really, really good. Now this military P416 is pretty nice in terms of everything overall. 22% enemy armor damage, 22k damage, plus it has self-preserve. Critical hits with this weapon heal you for 3% of the damage dealt. Comes with deadly, and it comes with commanding. Now commanding you may want to get off. Every kill performed while the signature skill is active extends its duration by 20%. So if you're using I guess damage buff super, then with commanding you could use it even longer. I'm not really sure how this works with teammate synergy. Does this kind of work where your whole team gets it for longer or not? Just seems like not really. You know what I'm saying. But still, overall, it's not a bad weapon. Personally, I'd probably still go with the M4 downstairs, but that's just me. You got a sausage with 349 stagger, which is really, really nice. Base damage of 99.8, plus it comes with brutal, responsive, and destructive. If you need a sausage shotgun, get this. Don't even ask, get this. This thing is badass for PvE, PvP, whatever. Brutal, responsive, and destructive. Come on, get this. Now the star of the show for me personally as a sniper is this M700 with 171 headshot damage. Ooh baby, 171. This is top tier. I don't remember seeing anything higher than 171, to be honest with you, and to see it makes me smile. Now you get 130k base damage with my character, with this character. I'll have to try this out with my my real sniper character. But here we have competent. Weapon damage is increased by 10% for 15 seconds after using a skill. We have talented and we have elevated. Now these talents may not seem all that great, but still consider 171 headshot damage is a lot for a marksman rifle. Now if you want to put brutal on this, I would definitely recommend that you do. Just because having that extra headshot damage as a sniper is very, very important. Now the talents that I can hit with this build requiring 2,874 electronics is talented. Killing a target with this weapon increases skill power by 15% for 20 seconds, and the effect does not stack. Now, if you had this procced and you say used used your pulse, then you could use your pulse and then get even more damage out of it, because you get 15% more skill power for that 20 seconds, and possibly get even higher crits and even higher damage numbers. I'd have to test that out, but this seems like a really nice thing to have if you can't re-roll it off, just because competent is so demanding, and I don't think too many people are running around with electronics that high. But definitely this is something I'm going to pick up and re-roll and play around with. And if you're a sniper looking for something and you haven't gotten a good one yet, just remember 171 headshot damage is a lot and can out-trump some of the better skills out there. You may want to re-roll for something better. The rest of the stuff here, nothing super amazing. But yeah, there's some very good weapons this week, and I highly recommend you check out the M700. The sausage is a definite pickup if you're running shoddy. The military P416 isn't too bad, and the Navy MP5 isn't too bad. So check it out, see which ones you like, and go with it from there. And don't forget about that lightweight M4 downstairs, another goodie this week. Alright, if you were still looking for a LMG, then here's one that might be even better suited for you than the last one. This 14% damage to targets out of cover classical M60 is really nice, actually. It comes with fierce, it comes with unforgiving, and it comes with talented. Now talented again gives you more skill power after you get that kill, and you have unforgiving, which means you do even more damage as you lose health. Fierce is a bit demanding in terms of its electronics roll, but you can roll this off and get something else. And this is still a very good weapon at 14% damage to targets out of cover. I would recommend this if you're looking for an LMG for this week. I still have to see what else is being sold, but this one is a pretty nice one. Stick around for the whole video to see if there's anything better. Alright, checking out Autumn's Hope. There's two little pieces that might be of interest. First, we have this Operator's Pack, which has 1,252 firearms. It comes with Relentless, which gives you 5% of the damage dealt by skill is returned as healing. So this could be very good if you're using the Sticky Bomb, or if you're using the Pokeballs. You get 5% of the damage back to you as some kind of health, which is not very bad. Then you get critical hit damage, and you have 15% burn resistance. If you want to roll off crit damage and go for armor, you could do that, or you could stay with it and maybe even re-roll minor attribute to be your ammo capacity, or if you don't mind any of that stuff, you could try to re-roll your firearms to be even higher. Either way, you got some options for this. If you're using an electronics build, this is not too bad. Now, the star of the show for a lot of people here might be the electronics mod at 242 with 245 armor. If you need a little bit of electronics and you need some armor, this is a great place to pick up an electronics mod. Of course, I would like to see the electronics mod be a bit higher. Something in the 260 range would have been a definite sell for me, but it is what it is. This is what is being sold. So let's see if they have anything better out there in the wild this week. Okay, in the Wolves Den, for you crit masters out there, we have a pretty nice converted SMG9. This thing has 39% critical hit damage. Man, we getting up there with that crit damage. That is very nice. Plus you have 19.9k damage, which is very good. You have determined. Killing a target reduces skill cooldowns by 7.5%. The electronics for this is very demanding, so you may want to roll that off if you don't have that much skill power. But you have Deadly and you have Adept. Using a skill increases your critical hit chance by 7.5% for 15 seconds. Now you could use this with the shield build and get a lot of crits. With having Adept, maybe you use your skill, popping out the shield, and then getting all that crit damage and crit chance. Plus you may want to think about something else for the Determined talent. but not too bad. This angle grip is not the greatest, but 13.5% stability plus 4% crit hit damage could be something nice for someone. Plus having that additional reload speed is not too bad. So these are two pretty decent things that they have being sold this week in this vendor. You may want to check them out. Alright, in Southpaw there's a very interesting pair of gloves that we have here. 1265 health. If you need some health, there's a pretty nice pair of gloves to have. Plus it has astute. The first 3 bullets in your magazine have a 5% higher chance to do a crit hit. Plus you have 1153 assault rifle damage, 1192 pistol damage, 6% crit hit chance. That crit hit chance is pretty massive. Plus you get astute, which gives you 5% more crit hit chance off of the first 3 bullets. The thing that I would probably say is re-roll pistol damage, get that off, and probably go for crit hit damage. Run this with assault. This could be very, very nasty. I'm kind of interested to see if this would work really well with my Tortoise and Hare build, to see if this is even better than Savage gloves. But actually, I really don't know. But this is really nice damage. Plus, you get 1,265 health. This is massive. Look at that toughness jump. But the DPS does go down as well because my gloves are firearms. But that's neither here nor there. This is still a really good crit damage pair of gloves. If you're going that way, you get a lot of crit chance. You may want to just roll crit damage off on to the gloves from the pistol damage. Alright, so that's just a little heads up. This may be really good for somebody, maybe not you, but man, it is pretty damn sexy. Let's go. Alright, in East 31st Street, got a couple interesting things for the snipers out there. The SRS-A1 is available with a kind of sad 150% headshot damage. I don't really recommend this weapon, although it does have some pretty nice talents. Fierce, deadly, and capable. You may want to re-roll some of this stuff. Deadly is a definite keeper, but if you don't meet the electronics requirements, Fierce is kind of useless, and capable, well, it's capable. Now the Gunslinger's gloves that they have are 1167, which is pretty sad for the firearms. Again, that would need to be rolled. But this does have damage to Elite's critical hit damage 14%, which could be a lot better, and LMG damage at 1264, which is pretty good. Now the thing is, you would definitely need to re-roll that firearms because it's way low, but it does have cunning. After reloading, the next shot with this weapon has a 10% higher critical hit chance. If you're using a bolt action sniper, this could be good, but the damage is LMG, so it's not really the best. Now the star of the show is definitely this prototype stamina mod with 251 stamina and 259 armor. If you're looking for a stamina mod with some armor on it, this is the place to go. Anything over 250 makes it just barely into my recommendation. I'd like to see something above 250. 260 and above, definitely a recommendation, but 250 ain't too shabby if you need some health and some armor. These things are kind of hard to come by, so hey, you may want to pick one up. The small grip has 19% critical hit damage, accuracy, and optimal range, so this is garbage. But the stamina mod is worth looking at, so if you need one of these, it's not too bad for 21,000 Dark Zone credits. Alright, let's see what else is going on this week. Alright, in DZ3 there is a pretty nice first wave Vector with 38% critical hit damage, base of 21 with this character, and it has capable, unforgiving, and predatory. The reason I recommend this is, as you know from my Tortoise and Hare build, predatory is very nice. Plus you get unforgiving just in case you're in a really desperate situation and this is your last ditch effort. Then unforgiving can help you when you're in that last segment, but predatory kind of counteracts that, so I'm not 100% sure, but this would definitely be a last ditch effort kind of weapon. Plus you have capable. Capable you might want to re-roll for something else, but unforgiving and predatory plus a 38% critical hit damage with a pretty nice base damage, higher than that Navy MP5 that's in the base, makes this a pretty decent weapon and something worth considering. The rest of the weapons here are not that great. when you talk about the bonuses that are given. 19% enemy armor damage is not good for the G36. Double barrel shotgun is what it is. The classical M44 does have 170 headshot damage plus a staggering 136,000 damage, but the talents are fierce, talented, and cool-headed. Not really my favorite recommendation on a weapon this slow firing, but it is very hard hitting, and if you're interested in something like that, then you could go that route. But again, that M700 in the base is still quite nasty, and probably a better pick. You can put more mods on it so you can get more bonuses to go with it. The LMG, 14% damage to targets out of cover, has Adept, Prepared, and Meticulous. Meticulous is great for these types of weapons, but some of the other talents are not that great, Prepared being one of them. But some people like having this for longer range engagement, so it's not horrible, but Adept, you do have to have a lot for the electronics requirement. Something to keep in mind. Alright, let's see if there's anything else in the Dark Zone this week. Alright guys, up in DZ5, there is a goodie. Oh my god. This Omega sniper rifle, this Omega rifle muzzle, holy hell. I have to buy at least 4 of these. 18.5 headshot damage. I have never seen that high. I got 18 on one of mine. Plus it has 4% critical hit damage, 3% critical hit chance, and it's got reduced threat. Yo, where's the buy button? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them bought. I ain't playing. Go get it. If you got the DZ funds, go get it. For what is this, 24,000 credits. Put this on your ARs, put this on your sniper rifles, put this on your SMG. You can't put it on the SMGs, but your assault rifles and your sniper rifles. Go put these on. You're gonna thank me later. Damn. The rest of this stuff, I'm in shock. I don't know what to say. I'm putting this on my gear right now. Do this. You'll thank me later. Okay guys, that is it for this week's good or garbage. I hope you liked the stuff that's being sold this week. There's quite a lot of stuff. So much stuff that yet again I have gone broke. Oh man, so good that they have some actual stuff to finish out the new year. I hope you guys have a safe and happy New Year's Eve. Don't party too hard. Don't get too drunk. Definitely don't drive while you're drinking. That is it. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Definitely I'll be trying to do something this weekend, maybe do some streaming, but just be sure to be safe guys. I'm really thankful for all of you for coming and checking out my channel this year, giving me all the love and support. You guys are so awesome. It's meant a lot to me that up until now you guys have stuck with me and supported everything that I've done with this channel, even transitioning from not only the Division but also to Mafia 3, to Destiny, and to Titanfall. So really thank you guys so much. I hope you had a great 2016, and here's to you guys, and let's have an even better 2017. Yeah, thank you guys so very much. Be safe and Happy New Year. Alright, I'm Con TDK, Mr. So Real. Peace.